Okay, Assalamualaikum. So now we are going to learn about variance and standard deviation. Okay, variance and standard deviations are parts of measures of dispersion. We have learned about the range and the interquartile range. Okay, so variance is the average of the square of the difference between each data and the mean. The standard deviation is the square root of the variance. Okay, so if you just read through the line about the definition of variance, it is quite hard for us to understand. So let's look at the formula. Here we have two formula for variance. Okay, the symbol for variance is sigma squared. Okay, this is what we call sigma squared. Okay, so it's the average of the square of the difference between each data and the mean. Okay, so this is the data and this is the mean. Okay, difference between the data and the mean squared, then you take the average by dividing with all the frequencies, the sample, the number of sample size. Okay, so that's how we get the definition for variance. Okay, here is another formula for variance, which I usually prefer to use this one lah. Okay, the sum, the squares of all the data and then divide by the sample size minus the mean squared. Okay, so look at example 7. Determine the variance of the 2, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay, so first of all we must calculate the mean. Okay, we add up all the numbers and then divide by how many the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 divide by 5 equals to 4.4. Okay, next we take each data and then subtract with the mean. So 2 minus 4.4 squared plus 4 minus 4.4 squared, 5 minus 4.4 squared, and then we add them up, divide by 5, then we will get 1.84. Okay, so another way to calculate the variance is when you square all the data, divide by the number of sample size, 5, the number of sample, minus 4.4 squared, minus the mean squared. So you will get the same answer. Okay, next, example 8. Determine the standard deviation. So in order to get the standard deviation, we must calculate the variance first. So again, we want to calculate the variance, we must have the mean first. Okay, so add up all the data, divide by the number of data, so equals to 11.8. And then the variance, we squares all the data and then divide by the number of data minus the mean squared, equals to 21.56. And then for the standard deviation, we just square root the answer for the variance. Okay, so let's try do an example. Here I have a set of data 5, 7, 6, 9, 12, 10, 10, 13. So let's calculate the variance. First, the mean. Okay, 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12 plus 10 plus 10 plus 13 divide by how many numbers are there? 8 equals to 72 over 8 equals to 9. So the mean is 9. Again, you want to calculate the variance. So the easiest way is sum up all the data the square of the data divided by the total frequency minus the mean squared. Okay. So x squared 5, 7, 6, 9, 12, 10, 10, 13, 25, 49, 36, 81, 144, 100, 100, 169. Okay. So again, the variance is okay. So the sum of x squared equals to 704. The 704 here divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus 9 squared. Okay. 704 divided by 8 minus 9 squared equals to 7. Okay, so the variance is 7. The standard deviation is just the square root of the variance equals to square root of 2.646. So that's how we calculate the variance and standard deviation. Okay. So I hope you will be able to try more examples in the workbook, in the textbook, sorry. Okay, especially with the one involving table. Okay, like example 9 here. So you have number of books and number of pupils. Okay, so the number of pupils here is the frequency. Okay, this is the frequency. Okay, so the mean is the frequency times the data. Okay, 3 times 0, 5 times 1, 8 times 2, 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4 divided by the total frequency, and then you get the mean. For the variance, fx squared, so the data x here, x, it's the sum of fx squared, frequency times the data squared. Okay, so divide by 20 minus the mean just now, 1.75 squared. So you'll get 1.2875. Okay, usually it is much easier to use this alternative method one compared to this one here. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.